Welcome, everybody, to Reiki and Journey. I'm JJ, and I'm happy to be here with all of you guys. Oh, okay. That is regarding the Reiki, Harley. Okay. I'm glad you can be here for the journey, if that's what you're saying. You can see I have a little kitty over here. That's Mozzie. And yeah, he's waiting for his mama to come home because Mozzie belongs to my daughter. And he cries and cries and cries when she leaves, which is going to be really interesting because school starts in a couple of days. Ink is in, you can see his, my bearded dragon, or one of my kids' bearded dragons is, the light is off. He's in brumation. So he is taking a long snooze. Annie Bear, the artist at my house, they are having a little bit of a rough time. So thank you for asking. Yeah. Very emotional lately. So there's four of us here in this immediate family, two-leggeds anyways. We have lots of animals. But last year I won in a lottery around here in Idaho. We have all of these beautiful rivers, and so last year I won a lottery to have access to a river for a rafting trip. And apparently it's a hard thing to get during the lottery. And I got it the first time. And so last year there was a forest fire. And so the RecGov people that do the lottery, they said that we could, if we wanted to not go through fire and smoke, we could do it this year. And so they moved our dates this year. Three of us went on the river because the artist in the house has migraines and is sensitive to light. And we're all sensitive to smoke. So, yeah. So we just got off the river a couple of days ago. We were there for 5 nights. And it was a bit challenging. Yeah, it was a bit challenging. The first night we set up we had a tent check, is what I call it, by the wind. We were setting up our tents, did not expect this gust of wind to come out. And even though we were right next to the tents, both tents blew into the river. We were right above, camping right above a rapid. And rapids go from like 0, meaning very passive, to 6. And we were by a 3. And I had just put my pajamas on. We all ended up in the water swimming for these tents. So that was the first day of trauma. That took me a while to settle down from that. But we went to hot springs during the trip. We got to see the stars, which this is smoke season in Idaho. And so we haven't seen the stars in a while or had clear air. So we got both of those things on the river. We got adventure on the river, whether we wanted to or not. I thought I was going to be, yeah. Anyways, the tent, that was a hard one to get over because it sank as soon as I grabbed the bigger one. And I was right at rivers. But anyways, I'm alive. Yeah. I'm alive. And yeah. I did make sure to like make a promise to myself that the next time I go on the raft, it's just going to be my husband and I, and it's only going to be for like maximum 3 days. So yeah, it was great. Yeah, great memories because we were, oof, yeah, great memories. So, anyways, that's one of the reasons the artist in the house is still a bit emotional because they were here. Yeah, they were here holding down the fort with all the animals. Oh, and there was also a forest fire this year too. We didn't know it, but the same night, the first night, our tents blew in the river. There was lightning, and we saw the storm, and apparently it struck the ground, and it went from like 5 acres to 500 acres, and yeah, so somebody was watching out for us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's get into the Reiki. So I have a website. It's right there. It's twotallspeaks.com. If you go on services, I did add, I've been on a break for a little bit, but I did add some available appointments for this month. If anybody out there is looking for a little bit of support, energy, or the light language, that sort of thing. As far as the Reiki goes, 15 minutes before we start the live, I check in with the clients first, and then I do a collective. So some of the things that came up physically for me was I got this tingle on the inside of my foot, and right above the um, right above the arch. It's almost as if it was like a pulled muscle of some sort. So it went to the foot. That was the first thing that popped up. Let me see if I can remember the other things. I should have written it down. Where else did it go? Oh, yeah, it went to. So I have the list of clients, right, written down in columns, and it changes now and then when spirit wants me to like move people from this column to that column. It's just different groups of people, and it was really neat. This time they went from like column to column, and it was almost like, do you guys know like the like what recipes were kept in with the index cards and whatnot? They It was almost as if those were being opened, or at least they were showing me that they were either being opened. I got to like one column, and some of them were still closed, and that was like a individual thing. It didn't feel like it was right or wrong, it just was. And some of the those treasure boxes or recipe boxes were pretty ornate. So that's what was going on with the client list. Let's see. I can't remember the rest, but the energy did go out. Yeah, yeah. I've had plantar fasciitis before, Richie, and oh, it was the right foot. Yeah, the inner right foot, Leah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, Let me see what else. Where are we going to go from here? Paono. They're like gather around, but instead of around, I kind of see us sitting, not in a circle. I see us almost as if we're almost in a line sitting, and I see us as the young ones, kind of like we're kids, and how like kids love to explore. Like our clothes are kind of dirty, from just having fun and crawling on rocks and doing stuff like that. Um, and I feel like we're sitting there, and we are. What's going to happen? Ma'atutu akana. Yeta atopako na ata ashtatano ewa. Yetiama. It's like the young ones. We're not bored of sitting here, but we are just a tiny bit antsy to Tito Mapa Bako Yama Taku Patitiama Pakioa Yanutiama Pawa. What are we expecting here? Anu Patu Kiana. In a way, they're showing me that there are some things, the index cards, so to speak, are being handed out. These are not being given by Pa'a Tiama. They're not being given as if this is a new thing that they're giving you. This is they're likening it to if in a way, kind of like a certificate of something that you've like pauma kuka tutono mama yotituto mama titi a unku pa una tu pa mako eshiba, like putting in the hours. But this isn't it's not something that we earned, so to speak. This is almost, if the best way I can describe it is if we made we made a plan with our contracts coming here. It's almost as if, okay, well, when this happens, let's open this up. Let's open this up and add some things to our recipe box at this certain moment. Yeah. Grandma's recipe. I love grandma recipes. That's my most favorite thing to inherit when somebody steps out of the physical is their recipe box. Atutia ana. Atutia ana. So just sit back and try to relax your body if it's possible. Kaoti matu ma koka mtiet ma ushewa nui. Yetiawa yewa. And they're like, if this is in your best and highest good, always ask, because some of the things we do, maybe you're holding space or maybe it's not for you. So just ask if this is in your best and highest good. They are opening up the top part of our head. Ma'otia maui tama kiawa mawa shiwai. Tia mama ye tia ma wo shewa wa ye tama ukai. Tia ma u ye tia. Pa ma u shewa tia ma ko ka ye tia no. Looking at these beautiful brains. Tutia mama tiao, kitiao, checking in with the brains. Tiao, I can see like the electricity, like the copper wire. Makuya yaku. Mati titi tama pako yewa mashi. Atuma kiapa. Matui kapapapa ntaka ma ushewa. And as if you're bringing your energy or your hands, or maybe the energy is going through another part of your body, your feet or around you, just really focusing that the top part of the head. the brain. Really feeling the energy. Does that help you relax your eyes? Is it energizing, relaxing? Just pay attention to what's going on with you. Going through all of the hiding places there, the crevices in the brain, cleaning out things that don't belong there. In a way, this I can feel it in the eyes, the connection to the eyes. During the healing ceremony that we just had a couple of days ago, um, they showed me, it was shown to me that there was, when you play a musical instrument with the reed, the wind instruments, the reed and how the reed vibrates. There's this, they were showing me a healing modality or a healing tool. That I only saw part of this, and it was mounted in either an old hollow tree part or a cave. It was something that received the vibration. Um, and it was this, they just wanted me to know that this instrument of sorts is not stuck, but it was mounted in this area. And we each get to either blow on the reed, or touch it, or however it is that you see it. Maybe our angel wings brush it of some sort. But this reed vibrates, and it goes to the empty part of what it's mounted in, and it dances with that emptiness. And it says the vibrating reed dances with the empty, and together they birth the echoes of resignation. Resignation, I was surprised with the word, but it's like surrendering to something. Helping us, assisting us in stepping out of something that maybe we felt like we were stuck in. They're saying this could be like a health loop that you feel like you might be stuck in. Let's see what they say about this, the reed instrument. Kotia, ntama koyewa. They say if you feel comfortable, if you're at work, you may want to do this or may not want to do this, but whenever you get a moment, they say to go ahead and It's almost like they're showing me a conch when people will blow into the conch or blow into the horn, and it's got that beautiful resonance. They're like, imagine that you have this tool, this instrument that is mounted in the hollow, that's mounted in the empty. No, so if you put it up by your head, that is open in the thing we're working on, just either imagine the wind is blowing it, the angel's blowing it, or you can go ahead and tap it yourself. And just envisioning that it's almost as subtle as like a butterfly and its wings. And it goes into this hollow, it goes into this empty, as if it's like a recipes and ingredients. And they say we can do, everybody here can go around and do this, as we all add our own interpretation of this music into this hollow, into this empty, like making this very potent recipe. That's why the children are lined up. They stand up in turn, maybe even all together. Tuyamakoi ayetaye namaoki. Makoye, makoye. Where does this potent medicine go? Tianui kamashe. Do we follow the sound, the vibration? If we were to follow the sound and the vibration, where would it take us? So imagine just following this vibration, this sound. Just see if you can explore and see where it takes you. They're checking in with the tune or the resonance of it. They say it's very strong, very smooth, very strong, as if the little pieces of the puzzle are very secure. So where this takes you, like a slide for a child. Ya yena tiwa, ya yena tiamaka, ishiwa, 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 ishiwa. It's almost as if, I know we all see different things, but like the metaphor they're showing me is you slide into these places as in a way, if it was a flower field, you could grab your favorite flowers and bring them back, bring the seeds back, the fragrance, the happiness home. You could the medicines, the whatever it is that you the just even the feeling of being wherever this takes you. Just staying in this energy for a little bit longer. I don't want to leave. Regarding the brain, um, and the working on the brain, they're showing me how the tread of a tire can pick up a pebble and kind of do some off balancing or some annoying things. Um, so just, I really like doing like playing around and being playful with this. So if we feel like we do have like this pebble, this rock, this irritation, this thing that's not supposed to be there, um, just really look around the edges of what it's like encapsulated in or stuck in, and really play around with how would I remove that. You can bring in heat to like soften up the material around it. You could use tools, you could use elements, however it is. Sometimes with energy, they're showing me that you can just make the energy be like ether in a way, to just release the things. That seems like a pretty easy thing to do. And I also feel this energy of this brain exercise. I feel like this energy is, not only did it go to the eyes, but I feel like this tingling down the back of my head, the back of my neck, into the shoulders, or that top part of the spine there where our shoulders are. Again, like smoothing any bone spurs or sharpness or whatever needs to be addressed, working on that. And like waves of, I just felt like the waves of fatigue. Um, if there were anything that you brought back, as they were talking about, like bringing the medicines back. For some, I see like this paste being made. This paste being made. And putting it on that, I call it my old lady hump on the back of my neck, where the shoulders are. It's like that area. It's like just really focusing on that area of the shoulders and the neck. I love how we can share the ingredients, the things that we brought back, um, almost as if we're like a family, the adventurers or whatnot. Like we went on our own little river trip and brought back the ingredients. And I see hands, maybe they're even yours, hands on that part of your body, and then hands above that, and then hands above that, and hands above that. They're all different colored hands. It seems like they're weathered hands, as if they're the elders. There's young hands. It's really interesting because it's almost as if they're clearing a lens, like this is a thing to see, this part of your neck. Tutano yepa ntio ka ko shematia yewa uncle yewa, and just really relaxing the muscles, um, in the head, the temples, the smile muscles, the TMJ, kua, 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 tianama, yewa, yewa, the occipital, ku, no, 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 no. It goes down to the foot too when we do this relaxing. For people who might have cramping, in the top part of their ankle, foot, ankle, ko oti, uti, 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 uti. Just really going around the skull, any of those hidden tight places. It's going to the back as well. You might find some aches and pains appearing right now, for you or for others. Working on the spine. From the very top, taking time to really, work on any repairs, like spackling, if you will. But you do any of the weathering of age, the weathering of genetics. Yatuka, yanu. The paste is being put in there too. Just really working on every vertebra. Paanotito mama kuyewa kuyewa kuyewa, and again doing that massage, around that area of where the neck rests on our shoulders. You might feel some heat there, a little bit more discomfort. Makuka, makuka, makuka. They're bringing in the people who do the chiseling. They're like, let's just take a little off here and a little off there. Maybe there's some buildup. Almost as if the chiselers are coming in, to clean it up, as if like barnacles or whatnot, weathering, came along, just really cleaning it up in the way that these workers know how to do it. And that might, in a way, kind of silent your mind a little, silent the ears a little, relax the eyes. It'd be great if it drained the sinuses. And if anybody would like to keep exploring that, just turn the device you're listening to this off or down or whatever. Keep exploring this and see where it goes and where it takes you. And they are reminding that it might feel a little discomfort in the beginning. Um, Almost as if these waves of fatigue, once they address the waves, or this addresses the wave of fatigue, it's like the area may not fill up with like air right away, almost as if you've had like pneumonia or something in your lungs and it goes away. It's like there's a healing element to it where it needs to do some repair. Um, wow, you guys are seeing some really amazing things. Feeling the coldness and the goosebumps on my back. Oh my goodness, look at everything you guys wrote. I'm just going through you guys, your comments are blowing me away here. Leah says, I have a simian line in my right palm. Interesting. Harley says, like horizontal and looping tubal water slides through the sky above rivets and mountains. Oh, rivers. Is that rivers? I was seeing, Harley, I was seeing something like heavenly almost. It was really beautiful to see. Okay, let's see. Richie, were you hearing it the whole time? My door is usually closed, but I do outside in the living room. I have a really good air purifier because of the. I have an air purifier going. It's loud because it's on the highest one because of all the smoke. Teresa says clearing space for dragon speak and fire burn the shaft. I love this visual hypnicity. Hypnicity says, I believe Mother Earth soil has become compacted and she needs to be stirred up so she can receive more nutrients. That is a really really great way to look at the things that I was seeing and experiencing. Jules says more nutrients and stirring the old seeds and energies not seen above the earth's crust in ages. Wow, that's so cool, guys. Right on. What a fun Monday. Oh, when Tuta came in, that's when you started hearing it. Well, sometimes you may not get an answer, Richie, you know that, but if you do, please let us know. And as always, just really be gentle with yourselves, and just pay attention to what your body needs. I know as empaths, caregivers, first responders, sometimes we focus on, what needs to be done out there. But I think something within our energy is saying, take some moments for me, for yourselves. And whether it's buying yourself some flowers or picking some wildflowers or painting flowers, or sometimes it helps me to think of it as if gifting my inner child with something that helps me, being like the first responder, focusing with the thing within me. Sometimes I have to play a little game. Yeah, Harley says the slides were tubal. I saw that somebody was talking about Kaylee with the Woo Woo Wonderment last night. I don't know if that's going to be for you, but if you feel like going and seeing what Tanis and Kaylee did last night, it was pretty phenomenal. And so Tanis was doing different and Kaylee, different types of energy work, starting with Reiki and then some of the new ones that came through. And speaking of tubal, there was one that felt as if going through something tubal. So that might be something that you might be interested in. It was yesterday. Yeah, hypnicity. I felt it very, very strongly. And I know that some people, there were just little quick appetizers of a sort. But it's really interesting how some people felt more connected to a different kind of energy work that they were sampling, which is just a really good reminder that if you're doing something that usually works and maybe it's not showing you the results that you're looking for, sometimes it's good to branch out. And that's a really good one. Their show last night was a really good example of how maybe don't go knocking on the door that you usually go to if you're not seeing or feeling results. And that's not meaning going to different people necessarily. It's like almost as if you have this recipe box yourself, and going to the recipe box and maybe trying a different recipe. Um, yeah, I'm a big believer of inner teachers, and it doesn't really, it's free to like ask yourself questions, and sometimes I don't hear anything or feel anything, but I keep asking, and sometimes my questions change. Sometimes, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get an answer to that, but I feel like it's a muscle, that we can exercise, or like, the old window frames that get painted over and over and over again. It's like, you want to feel the wind, and you want to feel the air, and if you try and it doesn't open, it's not like you stop trying. Sometimes you have to go at it a different way, and sometimes you need to turn your back on it a little bit and then go back. So there's all sorts of. I just want to let you know, like, um, I've been frustrated, when I didn't hear things, or I felt like I was failing or whatnot, and other people around me were getting a lot of things. It's just I really started to, not get so frustrated or let down when I didn't see or feel something, because, I realized that one of my favorite things is the nothing. One of my favorite things is this void of, not really seeing or hearing things, but just being really comfortable with where I was, almost as if that was something that I really needed. So, yeah. Harley says, there was also a black bird at first, the size of a falcon or eagle. He wore a leather shoulder piece, and he stood at an edge looking or watching forward. Felt like he was a leader and he was strong. Oh, I love that. I love when the birds come to with that bird eye view. Oh, I love that so much. I got goosebumps. Yeah, Rossi. Tanis is, starting a galactic shaman class, to learn those modalities. That's what they shared last night. Yeah, that kind of piqued my interest for sure. The gossamer membrane. What is that, Teresa? All right. Well, my family is home from their adjustments that they just went for. I'm going to go chit chat with them, check in with my local artist, and, you guys go have the best week. I'll be here, for the next couple of Mondays, and I also have something coming up with Gerald about light language. That's coming up. Um, I want to say on a Thursday, but just keep posted. Just come back, check and see what's coming up. I always love doing the light language, with Gerald from Tarot Stash. Other than that, I think, we're done here. So bye, everybody.